Hi everybody, Regina here from Online Plants NT, and it's the build up here in the top end. So it's sweaty season, but it's also pruning and propagating season. So it's time to get into your garden and start pruning your shrubs. Today I'm going to show you how to prune Draceana plants. I love Draceana plants because they're so versatile. They grow great in pots and also in the ground. They'll take part shade or full sun. They do tend to get a bit leggy, that's their natural habit. So I do recommend pruning them back once, at least every 1 to 2 years. This is a Draceana plant, Draceana Black Knight, and I'm just going to prune this back today. Unfortunately, I don't have any in the ground that require pruning, so I'm going to prune back this one that's in a pot, a bit pot bound, but it definitely needs a prune back. You can prune back your Draceana to whatever height you require. I would suggest not pruning it right back to the ground, because if you give it a really hard prune, they do tend to die. When I prune my Dracenas, especially if I've got a bunch together, I'll prune them at different heights, I'll stagger them. So when they grow back, you get a nice big lush bushy Draceana plant, but it's entirely up to you. These two Dracenas were planted at different heights, hence they're different heights now. So the bigger one, I hope you can see that. I'm going to start at the bottom. So usually do the taller one, I'm going to do just about a hand's width and prune it. There you go. So now you can see this one. And the next one, I'm going to prune maybe 1, 2 hands width, maybe another one, 3 hands width. Here we go. So it looks terrible, but trust me, the humidity here in the top end is so high now. Within a few weeks, we'll have brand new shoots popping up on these 2 plants. With this plant, the remaining 2 shoots, because it's very pot bound, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it straight in half with a saw and plant these 2 plants into a bigger pot, and they will turn out to be really nice, good pot plants. With the heads, this is a pretty small one, and as you can see, the head, look, it's growing outwards, and that was because it was trying to find the sun. So it's pretty small, so I'm not going to prune that anymore. I'm just going to plant it directly into a pot. Let's take off some of this foliage. There you go, that's one. And this bigger Draceana head, it is pretty tall, so I'm just going to get a few, I think you'll get a few plants from that easily. So we might start from the bottom upwards, so I might do 1, 2, maybe 3 hands. Prune. And now, no, I think I'll leave that the way it is. So, if you can see, what I'm going to do with these tops is just stick them directly into a pot just full with potting mix. Now, so I've got these 3 plants that will all reshoot. Well, that's the plan anyhow. So the heads will just continue growing, but the tips here will throw out some new shoots. So what sorry now, just adjust the camera. What I usually suggest is when you do your propagating or just your pruning in the garden, have a few pots of potting mix ready. So any tops, any cordline tops, any Draceana tops, cuttings you do, you can plant them straight back into those pots. And once they've established a good root system, you just go back to your pots and empty the pot, take the plant out of the pot and just cut it into different sections, because you've got lots of new plants and you can plant them directly into the ground. No worries. Sorry now, just the camera. God, it's humid today. Well, I hope that little few tips on how to propagate and pruning Draceana helps. And if you want to head over to our YouTube channel, we've got lots more handy planting and propagating tips and advice for gardening in the top end. So thank you very much and happy gardening.